This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. What up, this is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching, like, share, and subscribe. So I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. I appreciate y'all for coming to the video. Appreciate all the support and love. Appreciate everything that y'all do for the 2A community. Like I said before, y'all the star people. I'm just a messenger, just every citizen trying to uphold the Constitution, defend the Second Amendment. So with that said, I appreciate y'all for smashing that like button, sharing it on social media platforms. I appreciate all that support over there on Gun and Stream and stuff. We're going to keep that moving. And I appreciate y'all for sticking with me through the good and the bad and ups and downs. Nothing moves in a straight line, people. So right now, we have a lot of things we got to do before 2021 get here. I've been telling people for a long time, people, buy your magazines, people. You have to get your magazines. It is very important to get the magazines and stuff like that. Magazines are still available. Magazines is not in no worse situation than when it comes to ammo and firearms right now. Magazines right now, the situation is better. But we don't know. We don't know the headlines. And right now, there's a lot of people coming into the 2A community. I've been saying this for a long time, people. Don't wait for the headlines. I get a lot of questions when it comes to magazines and stuff like that. A lot of you are still purchasing magazines and stuff. But, you know, when I go to my retailers and stuff and my firearm shops and everything, guess what? A lot of people is really not picking up magazines, but magazines are getting thin. I'm talking about the ones who've been through this before. We already know when these laws come down when it comes to magazines. If you remember, if you've been into a community for a long time, you remember these Glock magazines, high capacity magazines, $150 and was going up quickly. And you know, you already got states who have magazine limits and stuff like that. You still got a lot of free states out there. So whatever, you know, your limit is in your state, whatever the situation is that is going on, get magazines, people. I'm talking about, you know, right now, I'm talking about you have a new administration, and right now the threat is that when it comes to some of their first gun control measures that they're trying to pass is going to be on magazines, people. These are one of many items that's going to be on the list. And they want to lower the amount of magazines. They want to ban the pretty much standard capacity magazines. To them, they call them high capacities. 30 rounds, 33 rounds, whatever the case may be, 15 rounds, whatever the standard capacity is. For most firearms, they want to ban that, people. So I can't stress that enough. Pick them up when you see them and everything. Because like I said before, there's a lot of articles out there where you have people who are pretty much, being, prosecuted for caught with high capacity magazines in states who have magazine laws and stuff. And so, one thing when it comes to magazines, people don't understand this. And, they're looking at the advantage of doing this. Now, a lot of these states, we've been going over articles. In my archives, deep in my archives, I have cover articles where you have citizens are being took to court because they was caught with a magazine that was not allowed in their state. And they're facing heavy penalties, facing jail time and everything. And so this is the spider web trap that I've been talking about. Too many people looking at the normal, I'm going to go on by. There are states where people own these, when the law took place, and they still went after the people who had them before the law went in place because there was no amnesty, people. There was no amnesty when it comes to these magazines. And I'm talking about, so they're going to try to, they're not going to try to have no loophole whatsoever when it comes to these magazines when they pass these laws, people. They're going to try to cover their tracks forward and backwards. They pretty much want to come after them. Because the main thing when it comes to these magazines, they believe that if you lower the capacity of magazines, that's going to lower gun violence, people. That's going to lower gun crime. That's going to lower shooting and stuff like that. That is not going to lower shooting. I don't care if you had a magazine with 2 rounds. I'm talking about you shoot 2 rounds, you load back again, you shoot another 2 rounds, you load back in, you shoot another 2 rounds. But they think that is going to stop it. If you just fire 2 rounds, people, I'm talking about, to them, honestly, in their head, that's gun violence. I'm talking about if you took away all the big magazines and just had 2-round magazines in the whole world, they still going to say they need to lower the capacity of the magazine to 1. I'm talking about there's no end to it, people. I'm talking about, I know it sounds crazy and foolish what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to get you the narrative, to think how they're thinking. And I know too many of us who, pretty much been in the 2A community for a long time, I'm talking about, I don't care how many rounds you have in the magazine. That's not going to stop nothing, people. It's just not. It's not going to stop gun crime. It's not going to stop gun violence. And pretty much the most important thing is not going to stop the criminals. You already have the magazines in the streets, people. When I see some of these, these police, these buybacks and stuff like that, or what do you turn in confiscation programs and stuff where people are supposed to drop off their firearms, or if you got magazines, just drop the magazines off and whatever. You just drop it off, magazine accessory, just turn it in. I'm talking about the criminals are not turning their stuff in, people. I'm talking about I have seen so many videos over for a long time, and you don't see criminals walking up and turning their stuff in. There's just law-abiding citizens who turn their stuff in. Whether there's family who passed on and left an old rifle or whatever the case may be, left some farm stuff. That's the stuff these are the people who trying to just clean up and get rid of the stuff. I'm talking about, you just don't see the people that are trying to go after who are committing all these crimes and stuff. They're not turning their stuff in. Because in the streets, people, firearm is pretty much the gold for criminals. Firearm, I'm talking about that's the gold standard for criminals, people. And so they're not going to turn their stuff in. I'm talking about, I understand, everything that they're trying to do and everything, but it seems to be a reverse. When it comes to gun control, everything is reversed on the law-abiding citizen. They're not going after the people that they're trying to capture or stop. They just keep going after people who fall in all the laws, who's affected, who's worrying, night and day about these laws that's being passed and stuff. And the criminals sleep good. They're not waking up worrying about what law gonna be passed today because they don't care about the laws. They're breaking the laws. So you're not affecting these people. And we keep going down this rabbit hole of doing the same thing and expect a different results in this country. And they're gonna continue with it. But right now, I can't stress enough to get these magazines, people. I'm telling you, I hate for some of you to find out the hard way. A lot of people have to see before they react. And we see that a lot of people has to see before they react. Look at this pandemic we've been dealing with for the last months, this whole year 2020. How many people had came off the fence? How many of the manufacturers, firearms, ammo, to my holster company stuff, sales has doubled in this year compared to previous years? Every time I go over these sales, it's double from last year. I remember plenty of time last year, there was nothing going on in the headlines. Plenty of these things was on the shelf and stuff like that. You couldn't get people to, I'm talking about, matter of fact, not just magazines, farms, and ammo, but when you look at farm training classes, when you look at CCW classes, I'm talking about, yes, people were signing up, but look what's happening now. I'm talking about with these shutdowns and stuff like that, people trying to rush and get all this stuff at the wrong time. So don't wait till the wrong time, people. That is the whole message of this video. Get it now. You have to change your mindset. The mindset in the 2A community is one of the things that you have to go into, and you have to reverse everything that you know, because a lot of people wait till something happens, then they react. And in the 2A community, we try to get you to get these things before something happens. I'd rather need it, not have it, than need it and can't get it. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to think that way when it comes to your farm accessories, your ammo, and everything that you do in the 2A community, and plus as a law-abiding citizen. And the number one thing, we have to look at local, state laws and stuff. Pay attention to the laws. A lot of people look at federal laws, but look at your state laws, people, because that's very important. Pay attention to what's going on in your community and stuff, and all these laws and stuff that have been being passed. We have to start there, then work our way up. A lot of people want to work their way out and work their way in. No, start with your local laws, people. Vote for the Second Amendment. I keep telling people that when you don't vote for the Second Amendment, people, that makes that fight just that much harder for the law-abiding citizens in this country. And we got a long fight ahead. It is not going to be over with no time soon. Right now, I've been telling people, before the election, that we had a lot on our plate. Right now, our plate is super full, people. We're going to have to eat it all up, and we're going to have to move forward and stuff. So we got the energy over here, so I appreciate y'all for watching everything. This is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.